Summer vacation is over. The Holy Father has resumed his official duties. So we've got the Angelus, and apart from that, of course, he has also resumed general audiences. He returned or visited again. He visited Assisi again, and he's scheduled to also visit a pastoral visit to San Marino. That's sometime in August. Around the 22nd of August, the Holy Father will be visiting San Marino, and he's also scheduled to visit France in September and South America sometime in November. And talking about his visit to France, well, do you know he's going to be visiting under a particular motto, like a theme to the visit? So what's this chosen theme? All right, the Holy Father has actually decided to have the motto, so that the world may have life, as his motto for the visit to France. He will be touching Paris, Lourdes, and Metz. So he's definitely going to be in those places. And remember the motto again, so that the world may have life. This is very significant. Why? Remember that this visit is coming just after France approved the legislation on euthanasia, assisted suicide. So France has approved that legislation. So this means such a motto is really apt and is adding a whole lot of significance, to his papal message and visit, etc. So we look forward to all of those. And I did mention he visited Assisi again. Why? Why was he in Assisi again? The Holy Father returned to Assisi to close the Go Franciscan Youth Meeting. This meeting brought together a huge number of young people. Yeah, and it actually focuses on prayer. It also focuses on peace, creation, and dialogue. So the Holy Father was able to meet with over 2,000 young people. He encouraged them to embrace the radical nature of the gospel. That reminds me of John the Baptist. He was a radical preacher. All right, so the Holy Father is encouraging young people to embrace the radical nature of the gospel. And he told them to reject violence and power and choose humility and love. And he also shared his own vocation and how it led him to the papacy. Anyways, now let's look at his general audiences and other teachings from the Holy Father. Pope Leo XIV has called liturgical prayer an essential dimension of Christian life. He was continuing his catechesis on Sacrosanctum Concilium. He is urging Catholics to unite themselves with Christ through prayer and the liturgy of the hours, allowing the Holy Spirit to guide our daily lives. He has also continued his catechesis on the Second Vatican Council. He is focusing on liturgical prayer, and that's where he is reflecting on Sacrosanctum Concilium. And he's saying that prayer unites Christians with Christ in praise and in thanksgiving. He's encouraging the faithful to join the church in liturgical prayer throughout our earthly pilgrimage. Thank you to the Holy Father. So for those of us that might not have really studied, or maybe we don't know much about the Second Vatican Council, so the catechesis of the Holy Father can actually help us understand better. So now he's encouraging liturgical prayer. Something also very interesting. It's been 900 years since the relics of Saint Agatha returned to Catania, Sicily. So the Holy Father praised Saint Agatha as a powerful example of faith, courage, and self-sacrifice. He sent a letter marking this really huge anniversary. I mean, they're almost clocking 1,000 years. So he sent a letter marking the 900 years since her relics actually returned to Sicily. So the Pope said her martyrdom remains a living witness, inspiring Christians to persevere in faith, hope, and in charity.